The ability to network minds is the ability to harness the brain power of other people and to pull bright minds towards you to help build solutions. And this is really based on the idea of cognitive diversity. So the world, right now, we're talking a lot about diversity that you can see on the outside. Gender, race, socioeconomic differences. My research is showing that really what matters is what's inside your mind. Two people who look very different, if they are trained exactly by the same institutions in the same manner, can think the same. So the idea here is to tap into different points of view and encourage the cognitive diversity in your work, in your workplace, to unlock solutions. In order to take an MRI, you have to be inside the machine. It's very claustrophobic, it's very loud and cold. You have to be there by yourself, no one can be with you. You have to be completely still. And so for children, this is extremely difficult. 80% of kids have to be sedated to take an MRI scan. And that ups the medical costs, and it certainly ups the risk. So for the designer of this beautiful technology, he felt very much like a failure. The most vulnerable people, children, were not able to handle the scan very well. So his response to this is very beautiful in that he goes and networks minds. And he gets together a lot of the GE design team and lab techs and doctors and nurses, and then many children and daycare providers and designers of children's art museum exhibits that are very large things that kids would interact with. And this ability to network minds produces the adventure series now for the GE MRI machine, and there are 7 adventures the kids go on. So if you see this machine, it's all painted, it has decals, there's music playing, there's a story when the children go to the hospital. They meet a camp counselor, not a nurse. That person is all dressed up. They're told a story. In one case that it's a pirate story, it will be loud, they will have to be quiet, it will be cold. All of these things make it an adventure now for kids. And that largely comes from listening to children in the networking minds, in this case, of the customer. And we often discount kids in designing things or in the business world. We don't actually take into account that point of view. So, and it's an example of how GE has done an amazing job at networking minds. And now the sedation rate in the adventure series for kids, 7 different adventures, is nearly 0. So it's the exact same technology, a completely different outcome.